Alrighty, that was John Carpenter from Halloween themed music. Howdy everyone, hope you guys are doing well. A very happy Republic Day to everyone. This is, I believe, it's our 77th Republic Day. Let me just go here. Ashish, what's up, bro? What's up? How you doing, man? Yeah, good morning and good night. Reminds me of that Truman Show. Nice. Okay, let me just put this here. Okay, how was your weekend, boss? You had a fun day? Fun weekend? This is interesting. Okay, I'll just put this thing here. And also, Ashish, regarding the thing, right? We'll chat more over the weekend, and you will have whatever you want to do, right? And let me know. I will create an account for you, okay? So it's easy for you to do things, and you will have your name, so you can just share things actually on your resume or everywhere on your social media. Where's my gang? Where's Wrenchy? Where's Wrench? Where's Rover? Where's my gang? I built a single slingshot today. Slingshot? I don't know. That doesn't sound like a cybersecurity person, but it has like that curveball to cybersecurity guys. Awesome though. Slingshots are fun, man. When I used to visit my, the gaon, like the village in India, Rajasthan, bro, it was pretty famous then. It was so amazing. Slingshots are amazing, man. Who knows? It might be a cybersecurity guy thing. Like there might be a lot of cybersecurity people just passionate about slingshots. Cybersecurity people's mind just work way differently, right? So it is interesting, of course. I do such crazy things. I have literally forged. Oh wow, machete! Damn, bro, that's awesome. You should make YouTube videos about it. Like just have like live streaming going when you do these things. Making a slingshot, making a forging a machete. People would love to watch that. That'll be amazing. That'll be amazing. Holy, that actually is sick. That's actually sick. Forging a machete is sick. I play piano, I cook, I sketch, I solve puzzles like Megamorphics. Okay, which are these? Dude, that's awesome. I want to see what these are. Oh wow. Oh wow. Levi Show, howdy bro. Howdy, howdy, how you doing? That's amazing. I had no idea these are called this. It's crazy. Nice. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Thank you. How was your weekend? They are harder than typical Rubik's Cube. Dude, no doubt. No doubt. This is the room I just shared. You guys probably need a premium subscription or for Try Hack Me. Dude, good. Yeah, it was nice because on like except for Sunday, but like Saturday was nice. We did streaming. I got some work done, right? Those things like the your one or a bunch of things I got done, small tasks. Yesterday I was moving a lot of stuff. Cross-site scripting. XSS is cross-site scripting, boss. We will learn. I will show you because we are going to go through a whole information of what cross-site scripting is, what a bunch of different cross-site scriptings are, and how to do them. We will learn a lot. I just do like in the starting, like in my stream, first 5 minutes ish are for like just chilling, getting getting some chat going on and stuff, and then we'll start, which is like almost 1 minute left. So yeah, like yesterday I was just moving stuff. I can just show you guys something. Let me see. You guys can see a bookshelf behind me, right? Bookshelf behind me is this is the one of the bunch of things I was moving for someone else, and I bought this from that person. Finally, I have like a bookshelf, so I'm very happy about it. It's nice. This is one of my things. I always wanted a proper bookshelf, so I'm very happy I have that. That was good yesterday, but majority of it was just moving. Majority of it was like helping someone move, and holy, it was tiring. Yeah, it was good. It was good though. I'm happy about it. I got something. I do not gym properly. I do go for walks and stuff and do just push-ups or something at home. I am going to go back to like starting my. Yeah. I got a nicer one. Yeah, but I'm going to start going to gym from Feb. I have like there are certain classes I go to, gym classes a lot. So those I'm going to get started with, and especially on the weekends too. I have to take care of my health because I realize like because of stress and stuff I really need to go to gym. Yeah, alrighty. We are at the mark, so let's get started with cross-site scripting. I'm 6 feet. 6 or 6'1", I think one of those. What's up, Range? How you doing? How are you, my man? Oh, nice. Nice, bro. Nice. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How was your weekend? Yeah, let's go. Get some cross-site scripting in, right? I'm going to go over things we will be covering over the week. Only one exception, Wednesday, I can't join because I have meetings, right, around this time. On Wednesday, I have stuff, but Monday, which is today, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and maybe like Thursday, Friday. I don't think to Saturday I will be covering cross-site scripting, and Thursday and Friday will be heavy dose. We will cover a lot more those days because I don't have any meetings and stuff right now. This week in the starting, I'm just a bit booked. So that with that being said, right, we are going to first cover Try Hack Me cross-site scripting as much as today. Then we are going to go over Port Swinger, which is actually would be nice to cover more in detail because here, let me do they have cross-site? Port Swinger. When will you start being on live? Like, sorry, I didn't get that, Levi. Can you explain? Like, I didn't get that properly. So we have cross-site scripting here. This is another one we will be covering. Dog White, what's up? This is another place we will be covering. And this is a free resource, the port swinger. We are going to cover this one, stored, DOM, and bunch of other things. It's a lot of reading, I believe. There is not many labs. Oh, we have some labs actually. We have a bunch of labs for all these topics, so we will cover these. Probably not the expert one, but for sure these ones like practitioner and apprentice. We'll cover those two. And these... I'm not jumping in lava, man. There is no lava in Canada actually. I don't think there is a volcano in Canada. It's interesting. I don't think there is one. Okay, but with that being said, let's get started with some cross-site scripting. Minecraft lava, sure, that works. I need to learn I've never played Minecraft. That would be one thing I would love to learn and play. Okay, with that being said, let's get into cross-site scripting, lads, and cover some stuff. The speedrunners. I need to see some videos. I have no idea about these things. Yes, let's get started. Introduction to cross-site scripting. Learn how to detect and exploit cross-site scripting vulnerabilities, giving you control over other visitors' browser. A room brief. Prerequisites. It's worth noting that because cross-site scripting is based on JavaScript, it would be helpful to have a basic understanding of the language. However, none of the example is overly complicated. Also, a basic understanding of client-server request response architecture is good. So, JavaScript, I think everybody knows. To give everybody a quick idea of what is client-server architecture here. Pretty simple. Client-server is basically when you are using a browser, you are a client, right? This is your browser is client, which sends requests to a server. Let's say, for example, Facebook, right? And it gets a response back. This is request response architecture, right? Basic thing, and that's what you should have an understanding. Don't worry, Ashish, don't worry. We will talk about it more. Don't worry. Everything was clear. So, cross-site scripting, better known as XSS, is in the cybersecurity community, is classified as an injection attack, where malicious JavaScript gets injected into a web application with the intention of being executed by the other users. In this room, we will learn about the different cross-site scripting types, how to create cross-site scripting XSS payloads, how to modify your payloads to evade filters, and then end with a practical lab where you try out your new skill. So cross-site scripting to give everyone a clear or easy understanding, right? Let me draw a couple of things so it's easy to understand. This should be... no. Let's say there are three components in this diagram. First is the attacker, right? Us. Second is the server. For example, let's say Facebook server. And third is our target. Who is the target? Target can be anyone we will try to hit. For example, let's say another Facebook user. What we can do, right? You might have seen Facebook has like a bunch of places you can add code in, right? You can, or basically not add code in, but you can add text to, right? For example, the comment section, right? You can have a post. So post, comment section. You can have, let's say, on your user's profile, bunch of places, right? You can have things you can add. So now as an attacker, what we can do, we can add something called like a script tag there. I'm assuming you guys know about JavaScript and basic web dev, hopefully. If not, let me know. I can direct you to where to learn for free, right? So attacker can add a script tag, right? What is a script tag? We can attach a script to our comment, and it will get, hopefully it gets stored in the Facebook server. Now when the Facebook server, it is stored in Facebook server, nothing happens. Sounds good. Basically it's W3 schools where you can learn everything from about web dev, and it's one of the best websites. So attacker, we added the script to Facebook server, right? Now interesting thing about cross-site scripting is there are chances, there may be, right, based on the attack we perform, either it gets executed inside the Facebook server or it does not. It is just stored here, right? This is the case we are talking about, is the stored one. Either it gets executed or stored. Let's say it's the stored one. Then in that case, what happens is, let's say we made we added this script in a post, right? We created a post, we added the script, and it's stored in Facebook server. Now every time a person, sure, but right now this, right? So what happens is, as soon as somebody sees my post with the script on it, right, it will get executed on their browser, on their client, right? And it gets executed and do all the job. For example, from anywhere from stealing, let's say your Amazon cookies, your Try Hack Me cookies, any website you are logged in, they can get the cookies from, right? They can install something, they can perform an action on Facebook on your behalf, right? A bunch of things can happen based on the script we do. A great place to know what has happened in the past because of something is Darknet Diaries, Sammy the Worm, right? Episode 61. This guy created a cross-site scripting attack on not Facebook, but it's times Facebook. No, not just cookies. What I meant is, like, let's say if somebody executed the script, right, they can steal your cookies. They'll steal it. And when they steal your cookies, right, what happens is they can act like you, because when you log into Amazon, right, you logged in one time, you don't keep on logging in again and again. Let's say in one day or 24 hours, you don't log in, right? You log in, let's say, after every week. Why is that? Because your browser stores something called cookies, which use in authentication and authorization of you, that okay, this person can perform these tasks, this person who is accessing Amazon.com has these cookies, so let's find his account in our system, right? So the cookies are very important, and you can, if your cookies are stolen, basically the person is acting like you. It's like almost getting your username and password stolen. That's how important it is, because they are used like your basically password, right? It's like a fingerprint is being used for the time being to authenticate you from you, right? Because where is the script getting executed? On you, on your browser, the script is getting executed. That's why they are stealing from you, right? In this case, at least, like, they steal from you in cross-site scripting. Yeah, they can redirect you. Yeah, they can redirect, they can do a lot. But what I have seen with cross-site, another thing, for example, this happened with the MySpace thing I was saying. MySpace, just like Facebook, right? At one point, it's like number of friends you have, just like on Twitter, number of followers you have, the bigger you are considered, right? So what this guy did, Sammy, is he created a cross-site scripting, basically added a script of in MySpace that every time somebody, right, goes and like let's say refreshes their profile, they will become his friend. he added a script in the very profile page, in the profile generic template of the profile. That's how he became basically number one person on the platform, and then FBI got involved. It's a very beautiful, like, amazing podcast to listen to. Very well done. So do look at that. You will get the idea of how so many things can happen in cross-site scripting. We will not exactly on Facebook or something, but yeah, we will see some examples, actual example, like perfecting our payload blind cross-site scripting attack and all those things. Over the week, we will do labs. Yes, we will have a lot of things. Don't worry. So cross-site scripting vulnerabilities are extremely common. Below are, okay, what's up, bro? Upgraded. Oh, Ryzen 5, that's good. 16 GB RAM, nice. SSD. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Easily. Yes. Easily. Easily, bro. That's a good upgrade. You will be fine. So, cross-site scripting vulnerabilities are extremely common. Below are few reports of cross-site scripting found in massive applications. You can get paid very well for finding and reporting these vulnerabilities. Oh, nice, Dogbite. Nice, bro. Rover, amazing. I want to see the setup pictures, man. I want to see the setup pictures from all of you. Okay, so cross-site scripting, right? There is bug bounty. Hopefully a lot of you know already, right? If you don't, what happens is bug bounty is basically a program by, let's say, companies like Google. They're like, hey, we have made our product very secure, but we think there might still be possibilities of hacks, right? So create this bug bounty program in which they invite hackers, white hat hackers, to hack them, tell them how they hacked it, and get paid. That's, oh yeah. So don't mind them. Going back. So I'm going to share these links so people who are interested in understanding how important cross-site scripting is, the best way to learn about these is through these reports. I'm just going to share these. Have a look at them. Have a look at them. So these are critical. The bounty on this was 7,500. Pretty good. On this one, 2,500, right? And no bounty here. I think the reputation, because severity was no rating for severity. But you get the idea. You will get the idea, right? So what is cross-site scripting stand for? XSS stand for cross-site scripting. Okay. XSS payload. What is a payload? In cross-site scripting, the payload in the JavaScript we wish to be executed on the target's computer. Basically, the script we want to be executed on target's computer, like the one I was mentioning, or even the server. There are two parts to the payload, and the intention and the modification. The intention is what you wish the JavaScript actually do, which we'll cover with some examples below. And the modification is the changes to the code we need to make to execute it, as in every scenario is different. More on this is in perfecting your payload task, which is like, I think, the second last task. So one is the intention, what we want it to do, and modifying it so it does, right, and evades like filters, blah blah blah. Here are some examples of cross-site scripting intentions. One second, I'll just drink water. My throat is hurting. Okay, proof of concept. This is the simplest of payloads where all you want to do is demonstrate you can achieve XSS on the website. So POC, right, is important because the majority of the time, if you want to show that you got cross-site scripting on a website, easiest way to show. You don't have to write big scripts. This is often done by causing an alert box to pop up on the page with a string or text of this example. So let's say if I want this to execute on my browser, I'll just go here, clear the console. I'll just write this, right? Let's see if this works. Unexpected token. Can I do this way? So I don't have to do script. I think I just do alert. You see this? This popped up as soon as I just did alert and cross-site scripting in the browser, right? This shows that I had access to the console and I can run scripts on my browser. Session stealing, right? This is Levi. This is the one we were talking about. Details of a user's session, such as login tokens, right, are often kept in cookies on the target's machine. The below JavaScript takes the target's cookie, base64 encodes the cookie to ensure successful transmission, and then position it to a website where the hackers control to be logged. It is. Hacking is fun, man. Hacking is fun. Once that hacker has these cookies, they can take over the target session and be logged as the user. So, and I think I forgot to mention, I have a Discord, so you guys can join there as well. Okay. I'm going to just pin that in both the chats. Sorry, one sec. Okay. So you guys can join the Discord, right, and talk to more such people. I have to do through these tasks. Don't worry, we will go through the lab. We have to go through step by step, cover everything, right? Not everybody will know all the steps or all the things. So session stealing. What happens in this, right? A user is able to get the login tokens. Sounds good. Login tokens, right? Like the cookies, by able to execute the script in the target's browser. Base64 encoded and get it and able to log in as that person, right? Next is the keylogger, which is the most interesting one for me. The below codes such as act as a keylogger. This means anything you type on the web page will be forwarded to a website under the hacker's control. This would be a very damaging if the website the payload was installed on accepted user logins or credit card details. So whatever you type, it would be like sent to the user, to the hacker, right? And you have no idea. This script, and this is also if you do it through USB, it would be called rubber ducky, basically. Business logic, right? This payload is a lot more specific than the above examples. This would be about calling a particular network resource or a JavaScript function. For example, imagine a JavaScript function for changing the user's emails, user.change email. So if you got you are on Facebook, right? Somebody executed this function. Your payload would look like this, and you change the user.change email to this email on that website. Now that the email address of the account has changed, the attacker may perform a password reset. The next 4 tasks are going to go cover the cross-site scripting vulnerabilities, all requiring slightly different attack payloads and the user interaction. Which document property would contain the user session token? Document property. I should not do it here. No. The guy is curious, bro. Oh, wrench, man. Oh, that Microsoft thing that somebody did. Yeah. Let me open it in Brave because I think that would be required later on. Okay. I don't want to share anything accidentally, so I'm going to do it this way. Test google.com maybe. Inspect. So session storage, no. Okay, sounds good, boss. Have a good night, Wrench. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. User session token. I want to see how I can get it. Yes, sir. Browser console. Let's see. There should be session ID. Okay, local storage dot get item token name. Session storage. Okay. Not this one. I think they want a specific one in this case. Document dot cookie. Oh, maybe. Is that the one? Because there are so many ways to do that. Okay. %, boss. 100%. Once I think with time we can like build a way stronger team and like have dedicated sessions for this. Indeed. All the best though, bro. All the best for the next one. We'll rock it. We'll indeed rock it. So task 3, reflected cross-site scripting. I remember something when I was seeing here is what happened. I am on a movie website when suddenly someone pops up with a Okay. Okay, nice, bro. Yeah, dude, somebody was trying to download Visual Basic script and like hack your system. Okay, task 3, reflected cross-site scripting. Okay, and for next 25 minutes, I will just focus and try to move towards the lab faster, okay? I won't be looking at the chat. So, you guys but keep on going the chat, right? Keep that going. Maybe. So reflected cross-site scripting, right? Probably like Levi, somebody did created that and started downloading. Probably a cross-site scripting can happen 100%. Yeah, or it could be a different method. So task 3, reflected cross-site scripting. Reflected cross-site scripting happens when the user supplied data in an HTTP request is included in the web page source without any validation. What that means is, let's say when I visit, if you remember this, right? Client server architecture, right? What they're saying, whenever I'm sending a request to the server, a HTTP request, I can add anything to this request and there is no validation happening from the server, from Facebook server side or any other server side, right? HTTP request as user supplied data, right? There is no validation happening. Example scenario, a website where if you enter incorrect password, an error message is displayed. The content of the error message gets taken from the error parameter in the query string and is built directly into the page source. Okay, so what they are saying, let's say, when if I'm setting up, right, if I'm going on facebook.com and I am trying to reset my password or add a different password, right, or even logging in, what they will say, oh, Facebook will look at it and go and like, okay, no, this is not the right password. But if I'm actually say, okay, if it's not the right password, I'm going to do a reset password. And they, for reset password, they will send a token or something to my website, to my email, right? The problem here is instead of looking what actually the email should be, they are looking at the email in the browser. So that's wrong because I can change this email, right, and get access to whatever I want. That's one example. The application doesn't check the content of the error parameter, which allows the attacker to insert malicious code. Yeah, so see here, invalid input detected. Now, first we had invalid input detected for the error, right? Whatever error is displayed is here. In this, I just changed the error with this script. The vulnerability can be used as per the scenario in the image below. So let's take this image. Hopefully you guys can see it. Are you able to see it? So first what happens is attacker sends a link to the victim. Should I change this? Nope, way worst. Okay, attacker sends a link to the to victim that contains a malicious payload. So the one your case, Levi, right? Somebody sent you a malicious payload, cross-site scripting, right? What happens to the user? Victim clicks on the link and is taken to a vulnerable site. For example, let's say you want to go get free movies, right, or something like that. The link contains attacker script is executed on the website where you were getting it downloaded on your system, right? So it could be, let's say, getting your session ID, downloading something or stuff, right? The data in the attacker script gathered is sent to them. So somebody was able to get your cookies, right? And the attacker now has it. That's what they are saying in this too. Yep. Pretty much. So potential impact: the attacker could send links or embed them into an iframe or on another website containing a JavaScript payload to potential victims, getting them to execute code on their browser, potentially revealing sessions or customer information. So what this means is that, let's say when you were going right to the website, like where you can get free movies, a bunch of people on there are actually good users, right? A bunch of people on that website are actual good users, but there are one or two hackers there, right? What they did is a simple function is you go and upload a movie or web series on it, right? And if somebody wants, they can watch there or can download it on their system. Now, what a hacker did is, in that place where you can upload things, right? He uploaded the content but also uploaded a script. So every time you want to download or you want to play a movie, or specifically his movie, right, it will have that script in the iframe. What is iframe? Iframe is a tag in HTML used for videos for multimedia context, right? So whenever you play a movie, this script, there is a script in this tag, right, that gets executed and downloads a script or executes a script on your browser, which could be stealing your data, keylogger, anything like that. How to test for reflected cross-site scripting? You will need to test every possible point of entry. These include parameter in the URL query string, URL file path, sometimes HTTP headers, although unlikely exploitable in practice. So what they are saying is, just like for Facebook, right? We talked, hi dad. So just like we said on the website, right? Facebook we were talking about. Big ways there are is comments, your photos, right? Any video you upload. But there are also URLs. URLs in the sense, let's say here, if you guys see, tryhackme/room/cross-site scripting, right? So here you can have, let's say, query. A lot of time these websites have queries like this. What is the error to be displayed? Right? So you can put actual website there to do that, right? All those things you can do. You can add a file path, you can have like queries and stuff like that. So those are the ways for reflected cross-site scripting you have to do. One of the easier ways of cross-site scripting, but also like heavily tested. So it's hard to find vulnerabilities here. Once you have found some data which is being reflected in the web application, Radhe Radhe Ma, you will need to confirm that you can successfully run your JavaScript payload. Your payload will be dependent on where in the application your code is reflected. You will learn more about this in task 6. Where in a URL is a good place to test your reflected cross-site scripting? Query string. No? Path. Oh, URL path. Thank you. Query string, URL file path. Howdy. Hello everyone. Hindi, I try. The problem is, even if I try to do it, majority of the things are in English. So I tried doing that, but didn't work out even for me. What you can do is join the Discord. I have the link in the pinned, right? And if you want, right, anything help with Hindi, there's a lot of people in Discord with Hindi, and you can do that. They can help you understand that. It just didn't work very well. Like I tried Hindi, didn't work very well because majority of the content itself was in English. Yeah, but do join the Discord. You will get help there. Where in a URL is good place to test reflected? Howdy Panda. Howdy. So URL is a good place to test your reflected cross-site scripting. Where in the URL you guys think? Query string, file path, no. Parameters. Insomnia, what's up, bro? Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you, Rover. Next is stored cross-site scripting, right? First one was reflected. Next is the stored one. This is the one I shared, right? Sammy the Worm, episode 61 of Darknet Diaries. I believe it was the stored cross-site scripting. What happens? Let's see. As the name infers, the cross-site scripting payload is stored on the web application in a database, for example. So for example, it was stored in Facebook database when you did the post. You made the post with the evil script or your hacker script, and it got stored in their browser, in their database, not executed, just stored, right? and then gets run every other user when every other user visits the website or the web page. So every time somebody saw your post on Facebook, Instagram, that script gets executed. Example scenario: a blog website that allows users to post comments. Unfortunately, these comments aren't checked for whether they contain JavaScript or filter out any malicious code. If we know, if we know, sorry, if we now post a comment containing JavaScript, this will be stored in the database or Facebook, Instagram, right? And every other user now visiting the article will have JavaScript run in the browser. Simple way what happens is, I'll just use this, right? We in the post added the script. It got stored in the web browser or web server of Facebook, their database. Remember, I used the word stored. And every time somebody visits that post, that article, that image, that video, whatever, it will get executed and it will do what we want it to do. Let me show an image here. Attacker inserts malicious payload into the website's database, right? And for every visit on the website, the malicious script is activated. So let's say you visit my profile, or you visit, let's say, Mr. Beast YouTube channel, right? Something like that. And once the visitor visits the victim visits that, the data the attacker script gather is sent to them. They could steal the victim's cookie, which allow the attacker to take over the victim's account, right? So those are the things you can learn a lot, right? And these things happen probably to you too. These are really common ones. Potential impact. The malicious JavaScript could redirect users to another site, steal the user's session cookie, or perform other website actions while acting as the visiting user. So it steals user session cookie. If they steal your cookie, basically they have access to anything in your account. How to test for stored cross-site scripting? You will need to test every possible point of entry where it seems data is stored and then shown back in the areas that other users have access to. A small example of these could be comment on a blog, right? And actually, interestingly, I can just show you even on my website, right? I have a blogging website, hackerspub.org, where I used to post blogs. In their comment section, I had this what's this called feature that every time somebody comments, I have to approve it so that they can it can be shown on the page. And that's one of the things a lot of bloggers do, because if somebody did attack, which they did, I don't want anyone visiting my blog to get that. Excuse me. Second, user profile information, the SAMU, the worm we were talking about, website listings, so many things can be happening, right? Sometimes developers think limiting input values on the client side is good enough protection. So changing values to something the web application wouldn't be expecting is a good source of discovering stored cross-site scripting. For example, age field that is expecting an integer from dropdown, but instead you manually send the request rather than using the form allowing you to try malicious payload. So what that means is, let's say you are on a website, right? Let's say you are on your country's passport website, for example, right? When you are requesting a passport, one of the very important things is date of birth, DOB, right? What the application developers thought, the very wrong thing is, hey, in the website, if we are just allowing numbers, right? Because that's how they want it. Makes sense that if we only allow numbers, we don't need to have any protection in the backend for this. We don't need any protection because they can't do anything. Now comes a hacker, right? Thank you, Paul. Now comes a hacker with some tool like Burp Suite, a very, very powerful one. Burp Suite, basically, whenever I'm sending a request for passport with these numbers, date of birth, right, I stop the request there. From my browser it went, but it hasn't left my computer yet. I stop it, I add my cross-site scripting tag, my script, and replace this number with my script. There is no protection, so it will get executed. It will be stored. And let's say it is stored, and every time somebody executive, right, a person who was supposed to look at my profile gets executed on their server or their computer. Imagine how destructive that would be, just because somebody thought protection is not good, right? Once we have found, and interestingly, government websites are the worst when it comes to these cases. Once we have found some data which is being stored in the web application, you will then need to confirm that you can successfully run your JavaScript payload. Your payload will be dependent on where in the application your code is reflected. You will learn more about this in task 6. Okay, we did that, sorry. How are stored cross-site scripts usually stored on a website? Stored, how they are stored. Okay, where they are stored, I guess. We are very near to an actual example, Levi. Just FYI for you. So, DOM-based cross-site scripting. What is DOM? Right? Your first question would be that. DOM is basically data object model, or the document object model, sorry. What is a document? What you see on your website, that's document. Especially Bihar government, I have seen it. Many of them are still running HTTP. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. No, oh boy. That's really bad. That's really bad. Okay. So what is document object model, right? Document is basically whatever you see on your browser, right? You have your browser here. Whatever content you see inside, right? That's called a document. And it's in a hierarchical form. What it means is there is a root level. Then there will be, let's say, a div. And there could be two divs at the same level. And this div could have multiple more stuff inside it, right? So that's the document and how a document is. DOM stands for Document Object Model and is a programming interface for HTML and XML documents. It represents the page so that programs can change the document structure, style. Sounds good? Style and content. So basically a simple example, right, is when I click on this website, changes the document a bit, right? Why the change happens, right? That's what is the magic of websites is, right? With DOM, we can have programs written so that it can change the structure of this, right? Hide things, change the content type. Like if I do this, I can change the colors and everything, right? Style and content. A web page is a document, and this document can be either displayed in the browser window or an HTML source. A diagram of HTML DOM is displayed below. So we have the main document and the root. In the root we have head, body, element 1, element 2, text, my link, my title, bunch of things, right? W3.org, as I mentioned, is actually a really good website. Or actually W3 schools with I think W3 schools, go to that. These people can teach you more, and it's a really good website, really good. So if you want to learn more about the DOM, oh, Labex too, yes. Thank you so much, Robert. These two websites, lads, you will learn a lot, right? If you want to learn more about the DOM and gain a deeper understanding of W3 org, have a great resource, Exploiting the DOM. That's where we come in, the hackers. DOM based cross site scripting is where the JavaScript execution happens directly in the browser. Is anyone seeing ads like on Twitch or anything? I know there's. I want to just make sure nobody miss anything. Anyone seeing ads? You guys are good? Nobody, I guess, right? Yes, no, maybe let me know. If no, right, what we'll do, we'll keep going. DOM-based cross-site scripting is where the JavaScript execution happens directly in the browser without any new pages being loaded or data submitted to the backend. Execution occurs when the website JavaScript code acts on the input and user interaction. Okay, sorry, give me one second. Execution occurs when the website JavaScript code acts on input and user interaction. Okay, example. The website's JavaScript get the content from window.location.hash parameter and then writes that onto the page in the currently being viewed section. The contents of the hash aren't checked for malicious code, allowing an attacker to inject JavaScript of their choosing onto the web page. Oh, I see what is happening. I believe this is what they are trying to explain. Is that, let's say when you have an attacker, right? Nothing crazy is happening. So it will directly in the browser without any pages being loaded or data submitted to backend code. So when the JavaScript, like you added the cross-site scripting, I think so. Maybe it's like basically not directory traversal. What his person is doing, the hacker is doing, is trying to just display the get the content, whatever is, right? Get the content. There is no submission is happening. Let me actually look into this. I want to understand this. Sorry, give me one sec. When JavaScript takes data from the attacker's controllable sources, to execute. Oh, I see what is happening. So give you guys to give you guys a simple idea. This is our target's machine, right? A target, right, goes to a website, right, or something to a website. Let's say, for example, my Facebook page or my Facebook post, right? Now, because of this cross-site scripting attack, either they go to another website, let's say they don't, even just on the website itself, what I can see then is some kind of data which belongs to the target, like let's say their cookie or some of the hash, is actually starts coming on the website itself and being this website now, right? For example, like the chat session, I can see. So it will be executed in the chat session. No new pages downloaded, nothing was sent, right? No crazy code, just whatever you had, your information is sent into the chat and I can see it. That's what they are saying. Or somewhere, let's say if the attacker went onto a very malicious website, like the website, the downloading the movies one, right? code is actually executed on that. No new page is loaded, no backend code is sent. It just shows on the website, and as a attacker, it's controlled under me, this website, and I can see it. I haven't seen many of these attacks. Is it like popular? Potential impact. Crafted links could be sent to a potential victim, redirecting them to another website or steal content from the page or the user's session. So basically, execution happens and sent. Rabbit, what's up, bro? I reported a flaw in Microsoft Intune. They closed it, saying it's a design and architecture limitation, cannot be fixed. Send it. Just quickly, I will give take 2 seconds because it has been more than 25 minutes. So 2-minute break. Rabbit, to give you guys one interesting thing. I think it was Web Jedi or something. Excuse me. Nose is not the best today. I think I got little cold. But whatever. What happens is, if there is something that you found, right? They're not paying you. They're just saying design and architecture. You can release that in 90 days or something. Yeah, just release it on your browser. Just release it on your blog. Hey, Microsoft didn't what's it called? Microsoft didn't do this, right? They didn't take care of it. Just release it. That's a reality. That's a reality. Just say like, hey, they didn't fix it. This is the thing. They say it's a architecture limitation. They didn't fix it. Here we go. You can do that. That's legal, actually. I believe I learned it from Darknet Diaries too. Or what is it, like 0 day? O-day? No. Oh, 0 day initiative. That was the one. Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, maybe 70 more days or something. Days before. I don't know exactly. Maybe depending on the vulnerability. I know one thing, depends on the vulnerability how fast you can do. 90 days to release the security. Or maybe like some were 90, some were 120, some were even 30. Have a look at I think it's on their blog or somewhere. Because they like created this like, oh, if you don't release it, if you don't fix it, we are just going to release it and everybody will be vulnerable. They did it in a bully way, which I really liked for some reason. It was pretty good. Jake, the snake, what's up? Yeah. Right? How are you doing, Jake? It's a long time, man. How are you doing? So to summarize, you can run some of the admin operations without being an admin email. Please send it. Please send my way. You know my Discords. Please send there. I need to do something. I won't tell what. It's just something. Thanks, man. Okay. Let's go back to our stuff. And Rabbit, that's amazing. That's amazing, man. Thank you. Would probably be good to ask permission in whatever bug bounty program you're using. Yeah. I'm doing good, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's good. If you were doing through a bug bounty program, yes. And if they don't, then, well, GG's. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. MSRC. What's that? Microsoft Security. Okay, nice. Nice. Okay, yeah, let's get back to this. What is WDYMN? What do you mean? N word is, what is N stands for? I don't know. Okay, but we'll get back. I know Levi wants to see this. So, how to test for DOM-based cross-site scripting? DOM-based cross-site scripting. Don't worry, Ray. Don't worry. We'll chat. We'll chat. DM me in the Discord. We'll chat. Don't worry. DOM-based cross-site scripting can be challenging to test for and requires a certain amount of knowledge of JavaScript to read the source code. You would need to look for parts of the code that access certain variables that attacker can have control, such as windows.location.x. What is saying is the whole idea of this script or this sending somebody to a malicious website is to test and see if some part of the web page is able to access these type of parameters, because they contain various hashes, various cookies, various bunch of things, right? When you have found those bits of code, you then need to see how they are handled and whether the values are ever written to the web page DOMs or passed to unsafe JavaScript methods such as eval. So when somebody goes to your website, right, either on this malicious website or let's say the post on Facebook, right, you check if they have access, if there is some code in the website have access to things like windows.location dot any other thing, right, like for example the cookies or something like that, and display that on the system. What unsafe JavaScript method, right, eval. Wait, what unsafe JavaScript method is good to look for in source code? Not eval? Yeah, eval. Okay. Blind cross-site scripting. This is a hard one, but this is a fun one as well. Blind cross-site scripting is similar to stored cross-site scripting, which we covered in task 4, in which things are stored in the database. In that your payload gets stored on the website for another user to view. Thank you, yes. But in this instance, you can't see the payload working or be able to test it against yourself first. Example scenario, right? A website has a contact from where you can message a member of staff. The message content doesn't get checked for any malicious code, which allows the attacker to enter anything they wish. These messages then get turned into support tickets which staff view on private portal. So what happens in blind? Blind basically is you can't see if it worked, right? There is no, in like for example in this case I showed you with the console, right? You guys can see something happened, right? In blind would be something happened here, but you guys can't see. That's blind. A website has a contact form where you can message a member of the staff. Let's say, for example, on Facebook, something went down, you're messaging someone, or Jira ticket, right? The message content doesn't get checked for any malicious code, which allows the attacker to enter anything they wish. So let's say you're opening a support ticket, you enter a malicious code, and this person just somebody else accepted it in the private portal. Now they will have access, that person, the user or the hacker, can get access to that support person's information, right? Okay, let's Pranav, Ray, everyone, right? Whoever actually is having issues with lead code, DM me. You guys have my you have the Discord. It's gone actually. I'm sending you the Discord link again. DM me. I will create a group for people who are having issues with this, and then we'll do something about it. Okay? Don't worry. Here's the link. Okay. Potential impact. Using the correct payload, the attacker's JavaScript could make calls back to an attacker's website, revealing the staff portal URL, the staff members' cookies, their authentication credentials, and even the contents of the portal page. So other people's like portal information, other tickets they have opened, so many more. Now the attacker could potentially hijack the staff member session and have access to the private portal to this. Sure, I will do that. Just remind me because I forget things. Okay, remind me, I will do that. How to test for blind cross-site scripting. When testing for blind cross-site scripting vulnerabilities, you need to ensure your payload has a callback, usually a HTTP request. What is a callback is, a callback function is very common, a very important concept as a developer, as a hacker, and just in general about tech. Callback function is, it will send you, it's waiting for something execution to happen, and then it will, when it does, it will send back information, right? It will call back. That's basically the idea with payload, right? What, for example, giving you a very simple example is, let's say, hey, access, or let's say your function is like this. I added the script, right, in the ticket where I was submitting. I added a script. What that script does is, as soon as the ticket is opened or somebody opens the image, it was the content, the code was inside the image I sent to the sent with the ticket. Now, as soon as somebody opens the image, what will happen? A code get executed, and inside that code, let's say the code was get content, right? That's a function inside that. There are arguments inside a function, right? There are, like, you can send information, you can say, let's say, text or something. What a callback function is, you send a function as one of the arguments for one of the functions, right? And that's called a callback function. So, and this function's job is to get back the data or send data to the hacker. So understand callback function a bit. This is just a function calling another function, right? That's how it is. A popular tool for blind cross-site scripting is XSS Hunter Express. Although it's possible to make your own tool in JavaScript, the tool will automatically capture cookies, URL, page contents, and more. And here you go. Oh, I've already started. Probably I looked into it. I don't even remember so many tools I look into. So what tool you use to test blind cross-site scripting? XSS Hunter Express. What type of XSS is very similar to blind? Stored, because you are storing some data on their website, right? Levi, my man, you there? We are here finally. We are at the location you wanted. I'm just opening it in Brave because I want to show you guys some stuff. One sec. One sec. I'll log in here. There's a big lag, I believe, right? Okay. We are here. Let me start the attack box. And the machine. One sec. I haven't solved much of lead code, just 2040, but what I used to do is just imagine in your mind the... Yeah. Or just use the thing I do. I just draw things. That's how I do it. That's how my brain works. I'm drawing how the code will work and just try to get that. Sorry lads, one sec. Okay, till that is working. Let's see. Perfecting your payload machine. We are going to start. We started in Brave. The payload is the JavaScript code we want to execute either on the user's browser or as a proof of concept to demonstrate a vulnerability in a website. Your payload could have many intentions, from just bringing up a JavaScript alert box to prove we can execute JavaScript on target's website to extracting information from the web page. So we are going to do a proof of concept by just like doing an alert box like we did earlier, or we actually will be stealing users' information. Depends what happens. How your JavaScript payload gets reflected in in the target's website code will determine the payload you need to use. So basically, how we want what information we can see, even, right? That will, because if we can see the alert boxes, we'll just do that. If we want something to be sent to us, we can have a keylogger. To explain this, click on the green start machine button and the machine will be loaded. Once it is loaded, go to this link. Aim for each level will be execute the JavaScript alert function. Okay, so we have to find ways to execute alert function on every page. Okay, that shouldn't be hard in my opinion. Okay, here we go. Enter your name. So if we do enter my name, let's say CH. Hello CH, confirming XSS payload. No, it's not. So let's say if I do just alert. You guys can see it, or do you want me to make it bigger? Insomni, can you explain me how XSS Hunter Express works? I believe I don't remember much, but I believe this is one of those projects where you can use it to get a lot of things. Like if you attempt to cross-site script, right? Using that website or that tool, instead of writing by yourself, hey, I want the URL, I want the contents of the page, I want the credentials, that will do all the things for you. Get all that information. Coding in DSA were fun for me, but not dev work like web. Yeah, I understand. Not everybody have their own method. I think development is fun, especially when you are actually building things you like. That's the big thing. Okay, we made our cross-site scripting work, right? You guys can see, and now it will say confirmed. Wait, what? Worked. Why it failed? Okay, let's read what they want. If you view the web page, you will see your name reflected. Yes. Instead of entering your name, instead you are entering the following JavaScript. Oh, I have to have THM probably. Okay, yeah. Nice. Thanks, Jake. Ah, I see. Do you have any resources, good resources on someone with the YouTube or blog using that? I don't remember how to use that. Okay, this got added in the script like this. Huh, nice. There are two that just opened up. So whatever we input, the readme on the GitHub repo looked. Okay, that's good to know. Thanks, man. This becomes the enter. Okay. What I can do is, because I know this is coming as an input one, right? Let me just close the input. How about that? No. Whatever it is. What is it? Oh, I have to do this way. Value, then this. Okay. I have to exit from this input value thing. Worked. We got our THM payload. And let's go to the level 3. This time it's if you see, it's a different thing. So I need to see it's the text area this time. I just have to exit the text area. Worked. Okay. What the hell was that? So when I did hello, it worked like this. It worked like this. Okay. It's doing inner.html script alert blah blah blah. So if I do hello, it's getting document.get element by this. What if I do? I don't have to do this. What if I do this? Huh. How about if I exit this script like this? Script alert. Oh, back script is already there. How about that? You guys know what to do here? Maybe this ending. Oh. How about this? If we do, and then I end out of this, whatever is the code. Yes. So what happened? I'll show you. There was this thing that was annoying. The extra single quote and semicolon that was not allowing my script. So I just commented that out, and it worked. Nice. This is an interesting exercise. Enter your name. I don't want to do any more of these. Okay, in this case now the script is actually like the word script itself is getting like removed. Ignore the code below. It is not a challenge related. Okay. Okay. If script is getting removed, and if I do this, instead of script, can I type something else? Where exactly is this? H2, okay. Maybe I have to run it in H2 itself. What do you guys think? I'm actually like bored of this exercise almost. What is the next one? The flag you received. Should we just go to the task 8? I don't want to do those ones. They're like kind of boring. What do you guys think? Should I just go ahead with the task? Is that fine? Yeah, like I think in H2 can I have like a script tag or like source or something? Like do source alert something blah blah blah. There are 100% ways for sure. Pretty important. Okay. Jake, what is your background in this bug bounty field, man? Or security in general? What is your background? Your ones looks like something like not H2, but you might be able to pop out of H2 and use this image. Yeah. That's my brain going. I'm just thinking, should I go like H2? Oh wow. Yo, nice bro. Yo, how to get inside cybersecurity career? Like is so many like people ask for how to say people ask for experience and all those stuff. What was your way of getting in? That's actually going to be very helpful for a lot of people. Any tips for us, basically? uh, Cheers, man. Totally understandable. Totally understandable. Don't worry. Yeah, do you have any certification or anything? But for interviews to be HTB labs are really helpful to talk about. Oh, nice. No, Ashish is fine because people can see, right? People can see the chat, so it's easy. Even for me, I can just ask. I think there's source or something. He must have certs. Which one? Nope. I started by refactoring one. Tools for internship. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. So you started like as a basically intern or anything, and they just liked your work. Nice. Avis, what's up, bro? How you doing? How you doing? How was your weekend, boss? In the source, I know there's something with the image we can do. I don't remember exactly. On click function, yes, on click. Nice, bro. Did anything exciting, crazy, good, fun? Okay, let's try this. I'm able to get it. Oh, you're working towards CPTS. Nice, nice. I don't even need this, maybe. I think payload has to execute on its own. Maybe I can do is on instead of on click on load. On click on load. Alert THM. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Thank you, boss. Oh, you can do that way too, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's actually a good one. Yeah. But what about the image? Thank you, boss. I want to see one thing though. Image one. How about if I do this? On load, and also it's also about THM. That's my thinking. No, this is good. Thank you, man. That's actually a good one. Thank you. That actually I should have thought about it too. I didn't. I'm figuring it out, honestly. I'm figuring it out. But with image, on load is not working. Is there a on load one which I could do? But I think this is good. I think we'll move to the next one. This I will come back later. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, one error. Wait. Just give it a bad source. Okay. Oh, I didn't know about this function. One error. On error. On error. Not one error. On error. Okay. I had no idea about this event. That's good. Insert an image path. Okay. What if I do this bad boy thing? I hate this. On error. THM inside. If I do this way, I want to see what happens. The last, actually, there is. How about this? Just give it a bad source. Okay. Oh, I have to give a bad source on error. Yes. My brain. Thank you. Yes, yes. Didn't even give a. Thank you, man. Thank you. You nasty fellow. At least do one fun stream once for that old age talent. Okay, yes. Dude, I forgot about that challenge almost. Okay, we'll do a challenge. We'll do a challenge. We'll do that. I think the thing you guys were asking, Omegle one or whatever that is, right? I'm not going to raise any girl. That's not going to happen. I can just talk to the people, or I can just legit go for like a this weekend. I'm doing a interview related one. I can do on Sunday maybe. But do you want to do that, or do you want me to like do a, let's say, 2 hour jogging or something, like running one? I can go up and down the hill. That's, I feel, yeah, like preparing you for interviews, lads. Like basically, it would be GitHub IO page. Make that so you can post that in your profile. Show that on your LinkedIn and GitHub, right? Okay. Um. Okay, sure. I'll do that Omegle one, I guess, or I can do push-ups, or like you can just make me suffer. Your call. I'm not working. I'm not doing any of those things. Like talking to girls or no, 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 no. But yeah, as I was saying, so GitHub IO help you with your GitHub, help set up the lead code. Yo, Idor, what's up, bro? How you doing? Just talk to randoms. Okay, we'll do that. What I was saying though, I forgot. GitHub IO, LinkedIn, set up your GitHub for lead code. Talk is get your resume done, right? And then do this. The level is easy. Okay, let's get this level 8 done then quickly. Okay, for this task, you will go over blind cross-site scripting vulnerability. Ensure you terminate the previous machine and then click on the green one. This. Okay, so let me go to Brave. One sec. Okay. Yeah, but like we'll do the chat. We'll do that. Omegle, whatever. The filtered app one was. Yeah. Ensure. Yeah, we'll do together. We'll work on a resume together. And then we'll apply to people. I will show you what message I send to people. Stuff like that, right? And look at a bunch of websites where we do. So I'll it would be a long stream, so be ready for that. I will say, but it would be like very worthwhile. So ensure to terminate the previous one we did. Yeah, thank you, boss. Thank you. We'll do that one on the weekend. You'll need to use the tag box using the blue button at the top of the page. Once loaded, go to this. Okay. Click on the customers tab on the top navigation. Sign up here. Link to create one. Okay. Once your account gets set up, click a support ticket, which will try creating a support ticket by clicking on the green create ticket button. Enter the subject and content of just the word test and then click on this, right? Yes, I know Anshul. He's my high school friend. Big time high school friend. We used to do a lot of BS in the school, man. You'll now notice your new ticket in the list with an ID number, which we can click to take you to your newly created ticket. Okay. So some text message is displayed inside text area, whatever we type. We'll go back and create another ticket. Let's see if we can escape the text area tag by entering the following. Okay. They legit are telling me what they are doing. They want me to do. We are running a JavaScript function. They want me to have a open this. They want me to like listening on this port script. Okay. So I know what this is. So what they are doing is, I have to open, let's say this is me, attacker. Sure, I think I can do that. That actually I can do web or software development. I can come up with something, sure. That is actually up my sleeve, so I can do that. Yeah. With I can do that. Chrome is my go-to, so yeah. It would just need I would need time for that, like 2 weeks I think, to develop the content, what all I want to cover. But sure, I can do that. Just can you do me a favor, boss? Go in the Discord, put that in the suggestion and tag me in that, so I don't forget. Okay, so we have the attacker one, right? Attacker creates a support ticket, right? In that we add some script. When we add the script, it gets executed, and using netcat we are able to see, okay, we are able to get the whatever the cookie is. Once we make sure this is working, we are going to add this script, right? And some, instead of us in this case, right, opening this the support ticket, some actual person will do it, their automated system, right? In actually that is going to, and then we will get that person's or that automated things cookies. This is the worst way I write. This is our target, and this will has our flag. So let's get started with this, right? Quickly. Aja bhai. Hold up. What is time right now? Okay. I have to complete this really quick. So this is the website. Yeah. No, for me, yeah, it's 10:03 in the morning, so I have to really quickly do this. Is it okay if I can do this tomorrow? If you guys are okay with that? Or I promised my man here. Let's see if he's here yet or no. Levi, are you here? Test. Yo, Panda, what's up? Yo. So we have support tickets here. When we create a support ticket, let's say test, and I do text area. Oh wow, that was fast. Nice, bro. So I'm going to show you guys what is here. Yeah. I don't need this last one. I'm just going to do it for sanitization. So I create a ticket with, like, let's say ending of a text area, then my script, and then you know the one we ended before, we are going to start because it also had an end later. Just going to do that, create this ticket, right? When we go open this ticket, we get our alert box, and you see there are two text areas. Everybody, hopefully till now, that much is good, right? Now our job is to, we got this cross-site scripting till now, right? That's what they were talking about in the start. Now what we have to do, when you open that, your alert box comes up, some helpful information to extract from another user would be their cookies, right? We want cookies because these are the ways people can authenticate you, right? Or websites, Amazon, Facebook, that's how they authenticate. You don't have to keep on logging in, which we could use to elevate our privileges by hijacking the login session. So in this case, when we doing support ticket, either we can open our support ticket, or person from that company, Acme IT support group, they open the ticket and they have more privileges than us because we are just customers. So we have to steal their cookies to get this. To do this, our payload will need to extract users' cookies and exfiltrate it to another web server. Get the cookie, send it to our server, right? So one way is NCLV in this way, in which we create a netcat, right? And we listen on port 9001. And this fetch happens in this, hey, somebody wants to fetch our, based on our IP, send this request to us with the cookie. So that would be our payload. Let me share this with you. I don't know if it will go send, but let's try. Change the URL and port, and then we will be able to have access to that person's information. I was thinking a more fun way, maybe, but we'll do that later. Actually, one basic way was like we could do HTTP server as well. We don't have to go through this much NCLVMP. And what is my IP here? 1064. What if I do a simple HTTP server using Python? I want to see Python 3-m. Okay, this will do the job too, I believe, right? Starting at 8000, and the IP is this, so 10.64.86.12. Do you think this will work? Anyone here have ever tried something like this? Let's see if this works. Right? Should work. Let's see. Oh, not another one. Didn't work for this case. No. In real world it should work. That's one thing I know. Let's see the payload. Sure. Oh yeah, I might have made mistake there, right? Yeah. One sec, I'll make it bigger. My payload here, let's see if I can just see. So it is script fetch 1064. This is basically my payload. The script tag and all this. Wrong IP? Oh. It should be 86 and 12. 86 and 12. Yep. Like, this should work. I'm not that stupid. I'm pulling out a smart thing. Well, I did the dumb thing at the end anyways. I was like, I will look cool. Oh yeah, no need for netcat and all this. Just use Python and stuff. Yeah, I ended up like and it didn't work well, man. That's why ego is not a good thing, lads. Ego is not a good thing. Yo, Rover, Dogbite, you here? Unknown, what's up? Yo. And I'll just grab this. Okay, wait, quick question. You mentioned you want to share some stuff, so I'm waiting for that today. I'm doing good, man. How you doing? You want to share? I'm almost done with this stream. I want to have some rover wisdom today. Dogbite. I was actually asking Dogbite. I thought you were about to share something here, right? Wait, let me run this first and then we'll do. Okay, we got it. Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you, Jake. Okay. What was the announcement? I thought like around history or something. Okay, staff session this. No, I have to get the whole staff session cookie only. Boom, baby. Mic drop. Come on, mic drop again. Okay, mic dropped. Oh, he wants me to tell the Republic Day story. Oh, okay, sure. I would love that. There's a interesting story on that. Okay, sounds good. I thought you are going to. Not from Ben, for Ben. Sure. So, first of all, happy Republic Day to everyone, right? It's India's Republic Day. To give you guys a little bit history of what happened in India, right? India got independence in 1947, right? 15th August 1947. And when they got the independence, the next thing was to make it a democratic nation, right? So that nobody else can capture us again and, like run it democratically. Or before that, it was Mughals, lot of stuff, right? Before that, it was Maharajas, Marathas, a bunch of like rules, Guptas and everything, right? So 1947, after we got independence, we decided that we want proper democratic nation. For that, you need a constitution, right? So they started building constitution. One of the biggest people, in the sense like one of the most educated person who put a lot of sweat and tear, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar ji, right? They and his team worked on the constitution and it was ready in 1949 November, if I'm not wrong. but they waited 2-3 months for the to make it the constitution official. It was ready 100%, right? What happened? Yes, Jai Bhim. So 1950, 26th January, if I'm not wrong, that's the 1950. It was 1950. We celebrate our Republic Day. That was our constitution, like, came into picture. India's constitution came into picture, and we became a republic nation, right? If you see the passport, on passport it says Republic of India, right? We became a proper republic nation on 26 January. Now the question comes, if it was in 1949, if it was ready, why we waited for 1950, right? That actually happened because if you go back into history, right, proper, and this is like these are some very interesting history of India I love. Actually, Britishers came in, I think, 1757, around that area time, as East India Company, EIC, right, to do trading because of the spices and everything. And they started capturing blah blah blah, right, and they were able to capture majority of India within, like, I think 50 years or something, right? And it was almost for 200 years they ruled over us. 200 years. So like 1757, 1947, almost 200 years. And a lot of people were frustrated. A lot of people wanted. Yeah, like, I think they came in 17 and they ruled for 150 years. Okay, yeah. They ruled for 150. So I take that back. Thank you. So they ruled for 150 years, but the spark of revolution, the spark of independence was beginning, right? So in 1930, 26th January, 1930, 26th January, a political party was formed with only one motive: to get India independence. That was INC, Indian National Congress. It included really big for names from freedom fighters, right? Mahatma Gandhi, Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel ji, Shastri ji, bunch of people, right? I might be wrong in certain names and stuff, but yeah. So a bunch of big people came together. They said, we don't care, but from today on, right, 1930, 26 January, we are going to declare today as our Independence Day. So it was always thought that we will have 26 January as the Independence Day. They came in 1600 as the company started cooking India after Battle of Plassey. Okay, thank you. 1757 they started cook. Okay, they started with the battle and capturing in 1757. Okay, thank you. But yeah, so 26 January 1930, Indian National Congress was formed. They said today will be our Independence Day, but happened in 1947, 15th August, which we can't change. So they said, okay, we are going to use 26th January, which we considered as our previous Independence Day, as a Republic Day. So that's why there were like certain couple months was like a delay, like it was put on hold. But yeah, that's actually and the whole, I think, recent survey said it was like $45 trillion were stolen by Britishers from us, right? 45 trillion in terms, because India was also considered the name given for its GDP as the golden bird, and it has, like, I think GDP of India was, I think, like 34% or 40%, around that. India's GDP, like total world's GDP, and India's contribution was 34% because of its spices, amount of gold, and even still, like, gold is considered a big thing. And today, interestingly, on Republic Day, gold reached the value of untouchable value, considered untouchable before, $5,000 today. 1 ounce, I think. Today, gold broke the record. Okay, never mind. Hit an all-time high. This. Yeah, silver is going crazy, man. These gold and silver, a big reason why they are being, I don't know if you guys know, but these are very helpful in building those GPUs, CPUs, your phones, and everywhere. They are very useful, right? That's why they are like just being bought a lot. Same with RAM, same with everything. So, Rover, hopefully that was like a good history, fun lesson. There are very few history things which I actually enjoyed in history classes at school. Majority of them were like really, really poorly written or like just like had a propaganda type thing behind them. But yeah, certain good things were there, logical things. But yeah, lads, that was it for today. Thank you so much for joining. Tomorrow, I'm going to cover more about cross-site scripting for using port swigger labs, right? Yeah, it's just like I want like Marathas, I want Chandraguptas. Like we had like six. They're like just whoever wrote this was a bunch of idiots. That's for sure. I don't like India's history books at least. India's history is very very rich, but just these people are idiots. Oh wait, we have cross-site scripting. Here it is. Oh nice. So yeah, we are going to cover this, lads, tomorrow, and this is a free resource. So if you guys want to go ahead, do more of it, like go for it, right? Do some reading. I'm going to cover this week. Right? How much is there? Yeah, I think we will be able to complete this. What's the quick money glitch? Quick money glitch. Patience. I think patience and faith is the best money glitch out there. I don't know about it is kind of quick actually, because if you go in bad things, right, you are going to be stressed. One day you will go down. That's you are just going to at one point you will pray that day comes fast, right? But if you have patience over time, over 5 years, 10 years, you will be rich. You just have to have faith and keep working hard. And just like invest properly, right? Have patience in the things you are doing. Don't invest blindly. Don't have blind XSS. Blind cross-site scripting is okay, not blind investments and blind faith. So have that. That's a quick money glitch from my side, I guess. Also, yeah, mind plus risk. Yeah, consistency is a big one too. Consistency, faith, have a little bit risk in it. It's fun. That's my yeah, that's all I can say to you. But yeah, that's all, lads. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the cross-site scripting from Try Hack Me. Tomorrow we'll cover Port Swinger, and over the weekend I will get things ready so that we will build each one of us is going to build their GitHub IO profile, right? To do blogging, to share your experience, to have a profile, something you can put on your resume. Then we'll work towards a resume on, like for example, this one I have. This is my resume. Don't have objective. Somebody told me it's not good to have objective, especially for me anymore. But like just make it clean, neat, right? And how to put things for based on which situation you are in or which phase you are in of the career. Will work towards that, or everyone. Okay. No, like there is nothing much to explain. Here's what it is. Because I have YouTube, I have some income, right? And this is my blogging website. I have helped people like if they want, like you want to blog something about, right? You can just use mine. You can use medium.com. But if you do under mine, I can just give you as a reference that hey, you worked under me, I've seen his work and stuff like that. Levi, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. You enjoyed the lab? You liked it? Also, there is I believe there is still going on. 1 second. Yeah, there is in 4 days left. In 1 month, try Hack Me premium subscription. So do join the giveaway, lads. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, but this is the blogging site, lads. If you want, right? If you work under this blog, I don't charge. I can just make account for you. But basically, what happens is, let's say if you want to do lead code or anything, whatever you want to do, your call. You make, you learn. You need to learn about WordPress a little. I will help you, right? Good work. Oh, thank you, thank you. But yeah, you can do this, and if you want, I can give you a reference. Yeah, this person worked under me. I have legal documents. I have the record, so you can get a reference from me, right? So that's basically it. Or you can also do it on Medium if you don't want any reference. Medium, at least you can make some money, if I'm not wrong. Right? That's what Ashish it's all about, and we can go more in detail on things you want to cover, and maybe we can work, and I can help you guide better. Oh yeah. My all content for the rest of my life, I will never have like there will be I have subscription on Twitch, I will have membership, but I will never produce a content which will be like okay, only subscribers or only member can access it. I will never have a content like that. Yeah, I never like my idea is this is I think it's somebody on Twitter really posted well that a good community, right, is not for people who can afford it. It's not for only for people who can afford it. So yeah, I'm never going to charge you guys for these things ever. That's my promise. Don't worry. And yeah, that's I think that's all I have right for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I have to go get some work done. Till then, thank you so much, lads, for joining. I'll see you guys. You are. Thank you, man. Thank you. Wait. Oh, like stock silver? Yeah, buy gold, bro. Buy gold. Buy digital gold if you can. If there are like services that help you with digital gold and silver, do that because then you can buy and sell them easily. Or always buying if you're buying for investment, buy in bullions. I think or bullions, sorry, not bullions. Bullion, however you say it, like bars or coins that you can easily sell. If you are not buying it to like have it, that's my idea. Yeah, to have that money glitch. Yes, you're right. You're right. But yeah, thank you so much, lads. Hope you guys enjoyed this. This was your favorite sniffer of packets, censored hacker, signing off with a big bye. Thank you so much. Do you teach like malware development too, or only some? Malware development is something I do want to go into. But malware development, if you want, there is. I can share link really quickly here in the chat. 1 second. There is a couple of people on YouTube who actually teach better than me. And because I don't know malware stuff much anyways, so 1 second. And join in the Discord. Oh, that's your thing. Nice. But yeah, I will say Hackersploit has it really good. That he's the good G in that. 1 sec. Yeah, once I get into more, once I do my penetration tester 1 in August, that's the plan, and hopefully after that we can look into either malware development or more things, for sure. Okay, till then, thank you so much, lads. Have a good one. Bye. Oh wait, bye. Peace out.